How
Pretty
are you,
in pink.
Gladys?
Good, how are you?
I'm
Premier,
good.
I've gone through. I've already got the
coasters are really cool.
Fabulous.
Do you like them?
I love them.
But what about the cufflinks?
What
But you don't
cufflinks?
really wear...
What cufflinks? Hurry up, John. Open it up. What's this? Is this
and
wine?
I signed it, Parliament House wine. I signed it for you too.
That's a
But
keeper.
there's two bottles of that though, one white and one red.
Oh, Premier. This is glorious.
Yeah.
What are these bits of blue tack on them? Oh, no.
I don't know. And
Where's the
they're
cufflinks?
the cufflinks. Look at that. But you don't wear shirts, but that's okay.
No. I went yesterday and got a tailor-made suit.
Yeah.
It was a gift from the missus.
Yeah.
And a shirt, and it has cufflinks. And I'm like, I don't have any.
You can wear Parliament House ones.
Let me have a look.
And them.
Oh, my God. Look
They're
at
green,
those, Jackie.
yeah. Oh, they're blue or green.
They've got little logos on them. They're
Yeah.
like a blue. Yeah, they're blue.
Yeah.
Jealous.
They're so...
And
do you have
just
a
so
gift
you
shop
know,
there?
yeah, and I paid for just so in case people think that I flogged it or anything, I paid for it myself.
Yeah, you would never. You would never.
And I wrote you a card.
Should I read the card out or is it a private thing?
Well, why don't you privately read it and then you can decide if you want to read it.
Oh, look, a mug with a logo on
Yeah,
it.
two of them.
Oh,
You're like Queen Elizabeth. You've got all this stuff.
Well, I heard that you liked paraphernalia.
I do.
He
I
loves
do.
anything
and so
like that.
my staff said he loves all that
I once
stuff,
got arrested for having paraphernalia.
Oh, yeah, well, we won't go there.
This is very unexpected and
read
very
the
much.
card. Read the card.
She said I should read it privately.
No, read it to yourself, and then if you want to read it out loud,
She's
but
giving
read
you
it
permission.
first.
Right, okay. Well, you guys talk amongst yourselves, so people don't just
Well,
hear
how
me
long
read.
does it take you to open an envelope and read out?
I don't know how. Oh, it's quite lengthy.
Yeah, read it. Just read it. It's
Dear
fine.
Kyle, happy birthday. Best wishes for the next 50. Oh, you've got so much faith.
I know.
Trust me, it only gets better. How old
Because
are
I'm
you?
already 50. I'm 50 in 6 months.
Are you? Mm-hmm. You're 50 and 6 months.
Yep.
So you're older than me.
Correct. Keep going.
Congrats on all you have achieved. Kindest regards, Glad.
Oh.
That's so lovely.
There you go.
Now, I invited you to the birthday party, but
I know, I
don't
can't
think
go.
I knew you wouldn't be able to. You know why?
Why?
Because we had to send through the guest list, and I think you might have looked through that and thought, mm-mm.
But also, your birthday's one day before my dad's. So my dad
what?
turns 89 this year.
And you think you wouldn't have time to recover in between.
And it's my aunt's 70th too.
Yeah, well, you can slide. Is she in a home or something?
No.
Wow, she's killing
good.
it.
She's killing it.
How are you going? Tell me
I'm
what's at the
okay.
top of your agenda right now.
Getting everybody vaccinated.
Oh, because
I'm
I
getting
thought...
mine.
Don't say good. When are you getting yours?
Is it next Tuesday?
Thank goodness for that.
So I heard
See
that
you next
Victoria
Tuesday.
wants some of our Pfizer
they're-
vaccines. They're not getting it.
No, I can't.
Good.
The feds are giving them more anyway.
Okay, so they're not coming
No.
from New South Wales.
No, the federal government has from last week given them more AstraZeneca, I think. But
Why does everyone look to us to save their own stupid decisions?
I can't comment on that.
Why do Melbourne, right, or Victoria, you know, when we get a couple of cases, we kind of control it and it calms down very quickly. What happens in Victoria where it just gets away from them?
I keep saying to people, it's not for me to comment on what other governments do.
Yeah, but off the
But-
record, what do you think?
I've just got we've got the confidence that our system's in place, our public's used to doing things a particular way, and it's a question of trust. And it's much easier to lock down because you don't have to worry about anything. It's much more difficult to let people move around when the virus is circulating. And that's been a challenge for us, but it's been a worthwhile challenge. If you look back, we've only had the one statewide lockdown, which was really early on, and touch wood, we've kept everything
Well, I
going.
heard that because I know a few people that have been back and forth between New South Wales and Victoria, and that when we go somewhere, we're very vigilant about checking in, and so is the place you go to. They enforce it. But apparently it's very relaxed in Victoria.
They still don't have a statewide system for QR codes.
Don't they?
No, they don't. It's not consistent. I think they announced it only on Thursday. We've had our system in place for months and months.
Why aren't they just doing what we do? So why don't they look at us?
And in our quarantine system, we've brought through nearly half of all Aussies that have come back to Australia have come back through Sydney Airport. So we're bringing in 3,000 Aussies every single week.
And
we don't complain.
managing it.
Sometimes I complain about it only because the other states don't do their bit.
Yeah.
But this is what you do in a pandemic. You just roll your sleeves up and work hard and get the systems in place. And when you get the systems in place and keep talking about it, the public responds because they know that you get freedom, you get more opportunity to have a normal life as possible if everybody does the right thing. And in the main, it's been really positive. positive. We even had a campaign because there was a period of time we were getting a bit complacent, and we said to everybody, let's do a blitz on making sure the QR codes in restaurants and stuff are right at the front when you walk in, not right at the back in the corner, so people forget.
You're near the toilets
Yeah,
sometimes.
because sometimes what was happening was because we were getting so complacent, and then it's been fantastic. So we had extra compliance people go in and check, and now when you walk into somewhere, it's right top and centre, it's right in front, and people just know, you just remember, because sometimes you might forget, but if it's right in front of you when you walk in, you can't forget. You just do it, and then everybody feels safe.
And that's the way to go. We should be proud, shouldn't we?
Yeah,
We are.
I think
We are proud.
The example is that that family that came and holidayed kind of on the south coast of New South Wales from Melbourne, they were here before the lockdown was enforced in Victoria, and because of our QR code system, all the businesses have done the right thing. We're able to get 500 people notified very quickly through texts because everyone had checked in. So we knew who had been at the same place at the same time, and all those venues, and at least those people are at home isolating, keeping everybody else safe.
Very good. Now, what about the ambulance strike?
What do you think of that? What's going on there? Who's in charge of that? It would have filtered to your desk and you thought, oh, really? Do I
No, it's like, look, they're obviously, this time of the cycle, people tend to argue for extra pay, but it's only for limited. It's not for emergencies. From what I understand, it's for a day and it's for some transportation.
Can't you do an executive order and just give them the money?
No.
Just do the magic pen.
But, look, the state budget's happening and coming down in a few weeks. So I'll just say to everybody, please be patient. Look at what we're doing. Please know that we're supporting our frontline, all of our frontline workers, and we are deeply grateful to all of them for what they've done during this difficult time.
Do you think if you ended the war on drugs, you could give that money to the ambulance people?
No, I don't think that works like that, Carl.
Yeah, all right. You're very negative.
There you
with
go.
my idea.
You've had your bit.
Jackie just had 15 minutes face to face. I asked one question, get shut down.
You know it's never going to happen.
You know, you and I differ on the drug situation.
Correct, thankfully. Can all everybody
You've never
hear
had
that?
drugs. You
I've
won't
never
take
tried
drugs.
it.
You won't even try them. I've
No,
offered
thank
to try
you.
them with you, and you're like,
thank
no.
you. Except for the vaccine, which I recommend everybody get.
Yeah. So yeah.
Jackie, have you had yours?
Not yet. No,
Okay.
no. I will. It's not that I'm not going to get it.
Yeah.
I will get it.
But you're under 50, yeah?
Yeah, but she can. Sorry, are you over 40?
Yes.
Okay.
You will
God,
love that you feel
please.
scared
As
to
if.
ask that.
Because people in their 40s can get the Pfizer in New South Wales. So you just go online, and we've had nearly 250,000 people do that.
I'm getting the
already.
Pfizer one day before I turn 50.
Go for it.
I don't want the other one.
No. I've got the other one and I feel fine. I actually had my second jab on day before yesterday, and I feel really good that I'm fully vaccinated.
Yeah.
It gives you that
know.
level of confidence,
Yeah.
Feel
right?
clean or
I feel
better?
like I'm not as big a risk to other people because I come into contact with a lot of people,
Sure.
and so I won't feel as bad if I, visit my parents or visit people around me. And this is as shocking as this is, we're going to have to think about the virus in a different way. Once the majority of us are vaccinated, we have to think about it a bit like the flu, because we don't count how many people get the flu.
Yeah.
We tragically count how many people are in hospital or die from the flu, and that's how we're going to have to think about COVID.
Should we shame and get an unvaccinated
No,
one?
look, there
Can
are
we do
some
that?
people who, for legitimate reasons, but the good news is the vast majority of our people, we do surveys every week through our Service New South Wales people, great people who help us.
But you know what?
Get the message
What
out.
sort of losers fill out surveys?
You
You're
don't-
only
no, you
hearing
don't-
what the losers think.
Yeah,
Because I would never fill
Kyle,
out a survey.
you're old school. No one fills out anything. It's all online. It's very easy. It's a quick thumbs up or otherwise. And we've now got about 70% of people, last I checked, said they were really keen to get the vaccine. So the numbers go up and down, obviously, but they've been going up in terms of confidence.
Well,
and in
that's
terms
good.
of
That's
people.
good news.
It's really good. And so there'll always be a proportion of people that don't want the vaccine, and that's their prerogative. But it might come a point in time down the track when the rest of the world's opening up and we're thinking about what we do, we could very well be in a position where people who've had the vaccine are in a better position because they're able to travel or they're able to do things that people who aren't vaccinated may not be able to do.
Now, Scott Morrison, he's away and travelling.
And we actually have, which I'm allowed to say because it's on the public record, we have National Cabinet, so I'm rushing from here straight to National Cabinet.
What's that mean?
That means all the premiers and the PM get together and have a big meeting on.
Oh, is that all? Is that
That's like-
calm, or is that like Parliament where they all scream and abuse
No,
each
it's
other?
calm because it's all the premiers and the PM, but literally, yeah, as soon as I dash out the studio, I have to go to
Oh, so
that.
is he back?
Hang on, you're going from sitting with us to the Prime Minister
Yeah, I
and
know.
all the
I've got to
premiers.
change my headspace, don't I?
You got to clean your act out. Wow.
But the State of Origin starts next week. I hope you guys are promoting Go the Blues. Like, seriously, if there was one year we had to beat the Maroons, it's this year. You're like, seriously.
Is that like an FU?
I'm just saying.
Hey, how come Three Chins gets more money than you? I saw the Premier's thing.
I don't know who you're talking about. Please be respectful, God.
Oh, well, sorry. What's her name?
Anna Palaszczuk.
Yeah, she gets more money than you.
Yeah, I know.
That's outrageous.
I just saw the
What's with
list.
that?
I didn't know that.
Read the list out. Dan Andrews from Victoria. Does he get the most?
He gets the most on 400.
And he's not even at
and
work.
41,000.
He's bunging on
And then-
I fell over. Oh,
And then
come on.
you've got Anastasia, who's on 427,000.
Yeah.
Then you go to South Australia on 418.
How embarrassing.
Then
that
you're after South Australia on 407.
What's going on?
You should be
You're-
top.
Yeah, you run the biggest state. We're taking care of everyone else. Look, you shrug it off like whatever.
Don't
but
shrug it off,
Do
Gladys.
you need me to
you are
manage you?
getting. You need to be
but
paid
if I
more.
wanted to earn money, I wouldn't be in politics.
But it's not. It's the principle.
That's true. You do it for the love of what you
See,
do.
this is why she does so well, and people trust and believe in the Premier because she's not in it for herself.
Kyle,
You're very
move
unlike.
on. Can you just move on, please? Oh my gosh, you gave me coffee with your faces on it.
Yeah, well, that's how you promote yourself and how you get top dollar. You need to have a chat with us. You need to have a chat off the air. Look, and my mum, who lives on Bribey Island, and she loves the Premier up there, but she goes, I love, our Premier. She's kept us, it's been brainwashed, obviously. But then she goes, but your Premier, she's a new level of excellence. That's my mother.
my mum says the same.
That's nice.
She's
Thank
up
you.
there too, right?
I've got a bit of a following with the mums and also with the little kids
Me
who
too.
love pronouncing my surname.
Because
little
they
kids
can-
come up and go, "You Gladys Berejiklian, it's so cute."
You go, you've said it wrong.
No, I said, "Have you seen me on the news?" They go, "Yeah." It's very cute.
Fascinating conversation.
So back to your birthday, Kyle.
Yeah, you coming?
Now, tell me where you were born. Like, which hospital were you born in?
I was born in the Mater Hospital in Brisbane.
Nice.
Yeah. I always
Beautiful.
ring Mum every birthday and say, this time, 50 years
That's
ago,
cute.
I came
What time of
flying
day?
out.
What time of day were you born? Out of interest.
Good question.
Do you know?
No idea.
I only asked my mother recently. I was born around 6 p.m. apparently.
Yeah, I think I was around 2. I think.
My mum said that I was trouble from the start because I was ripped out of her with the big forceps.
Well, that makes you a fighter. That's not a bad thing.
Yeah. I was hanging on for...
Stubborn.
Survivor. No, a survivor.
Stubborn,
A survivor.
Hey, by the way, have you taken another lover yet? Or what's happening in that
please.
department?
Jackie, is he always like this with all the guests or
Yes.
just with
Yes,
me?
Every
no, it's
guest.
not just
Okay,
you,
okay.
Gladys. Don't worry.
I
Can we
care
just
for
move
you.
on to matters of
Every
state?
question I...
Can we just move on to matters of state now?
Well, you know what though?
What does that mean? I don't know.
What does that mean?
We only have a third of the nation living right here in New South Wales.
Yeah.
Now listen, Gladys, Brooklyn just got a Tesla,
Oh, yeah, an electric car.
an electric car, and he would like more charging stations.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what,
we're
are you
looking
into
at
them?
that. We're looking at that.
What do you mean? Don't go wasting money on that junk.
No. Can I say that the key there is we do want to encourage people onto electric vehicles, but not everybody can afford one. So
well,
we do
on
want
that,
to.
in Canberra, they're cheaper because they have subsidies.
Yeah,
so
I know.
we could do some subsidies.
But how much did yours cost with all, if you don't mind me asking?
It was under 70,000, which I
Yeah.
think is pretty good for a Tesla,
Yeah.
but it's still expensive.
It is for a lot of people.
Yeah, that is
for a
it,
lot
yep.
of people on kind of limited budgets. That's expensive for a car. So we're looking at those issues because we do want the take up to increase, and we do want to provide incentives. So we're looking at those
Incentivising
options.
people that are rich to buy electric cars.
Well,
No, well, it helps people who aren't rich buy them.
Well, the thing is, we're looking at those issues, but it is the thing we have to grapple with is for a lot of people that's out of reach. So,
Yeah. And what if it's rubbish at the end of the day?
no, they're proven to be work. The key issue is, of course, having access to the charging stations. because then you
Brooklyn,
can't do-
he went for a drive there to sit on the side of the road charging, like a fool.
Anyway,
Jackie gave it a drive.
I did. It's really good.
Is it?
You can drive without touching the steering wheel. It drives itself.
Yeah.
That's scary,
Well, I
don't
think
you reckon?
You've still got to touch the steering
Yeah.
wheel legally, though.
Oh,
While
right.
Gladys is here, Jackie.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I can drive
Oh,
my
right.
car down the M1 with my knees sometimes if I'm trying to light a cigarette.
In this car, you don't even have to use your knees.
Yeah, but you probably could drive a car before power steering, like
yeah, I was good
like
at
my
that.
dad used to do that with the old Valiant.
Yeah.
You guys had the family Valiant.
1967 model, yep.
Wow,
My dad was
they're
very
awesome.
proud of that.
I think I had one too. I think my dad had one.
Stop trying to show off,
Sorry.
Jackie. You don't have everything that me and Gladys had.
Yes, she did. she did.
Are you from a rich family? Did you have a privileged upbringing? Were you like...
I went to public school.
Did you? Me too.
I went just down the road. I've told you, North Road High.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I went to public school. My dad was a welder. He helped build the Opera House.
Well,
Did he
that's
really?
The second highest sale. He did all the welding without a harness back in the day.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Exactly.
He must be so proud that he helped build that.
he
What do you
is.
mean no heart? He's just scurrying around.
I don't know what he did, but he was apparently very good at working on heights. So he used to do jobs around the country. He worked in Queensland for a while,
Wow.
but he
Does he say, all these young kids these days with all their helmets and harnesses?
No, he actually thinks it's good now that there's safety standards better.
He probably saw people fall to their death and stuff
I don't
back
know.
in the
He's
day.
never talked about
And
that.
has that filtered down? Do you have a fear of heights or no fear of heights?
My dad doesn't. I do. I don't like heights.
Yeah, you
And-
say no to being
And my
high.
mum was a nurse.
Was she?
She was.
Wow, you've
Very
come from a really...
respectable family.
Yeah.
And what made you decide political life is the life for me? Where did the care for people come from?
No, it came in when I was a teenager at high school, but I never thought I'd be Premier. But first of all, my parents taught us, because they were migrants, that they said, you girls don't know how lucky you are being born here.
Oh, they all win and carry on. We walked 50 miles with no shoes on.
And they were really intelligent but didn't even have the chance to finish high school, so they wanted us to have all those opportunities. And secondly, like, Kyle and I are roughly the same age. I'm a few months older. But we grew up during the Cold War, when it was like nuclear war was a fear. Like, I feared. And it was the free world versus dictatorship and lack of freedom of movement. So I really thought we've got to fight for democracy and freedom.
And that's where you decided that
And that's when I thought, I want to make a contribution to public life. I've had these opportunities my parents didn't have. We live in a great country. We've got to fight for our freedoms. Yeah, as a teenager, everything's a bit more dramatic, but that's how I started.
You're right, it is, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's how I started.
Did you run around with placards?
No,
and
but I did organise protests and sit-ins at school, because they tried to close our school down, which they did eventually.
Really?
Yeah,
And
like it's closed now. The
is
school
it?
site.
Well, open it up. You're in charge.
We have. I announced it's being reopened,
Oh,
Nicole.
fabulous. What a personal triumph. I love that.
How amazing.
That is good.
Who would have thought you'd have the power all these years later to go, yep, open it?
Yeah.
That's good.
Hey,
I'm
what
impressed.
about the mouse plague? What
terrible.
are we going
Jackie's
to
in
do
fear that they're
about
going to get
this?
to the eastern suburbs and chew their way through all the
Can I
expensive
say,
stuff.
it is scary for people. Look, initially it was obviously the agriculturalists, the farmers, but it's really getting into now, hygiene and health issues when they're rampant in houses and people are fearing them. So we've provided financial support on helping farmers with bait, but also getting approved various poisons that are allowed to be used.
Have you thought of hiring a Pied Piper?
Yeah, we tried, but we couldn't find one.
Get it on Gumtree and Pied Piper required.
We tried, but a lot of the kids don't listen to that fairy tale anymore.
I know.
Oh, that was a
Don't
bit
they?
back in the day. I don't think the Pied Piper survived.
It
Some others
didn't.
have. Cinderella survived, but the Pied Piper
The Pied
never
Piper
did.
did. All the producers out there had never heard of the Pied
Yeah,
Piper.
I know. They never, because they're too young. So
They're millennials and they only care about YouTube stunts. They're idiots.
Don't say that. We don't mean that,
No,
guys.
I mean it. They're
No,
absolute
don't.
idiots.
Like, seriously, does he talk to you guys like this every day?
Yeah.
No.
No, he's a bit of a cuddly teddy bear too.
Yeah. See, they're
Shut
all
up,
being
Peter.
nice to you. They're trying to be nice to you because it's your birthday next week.
That's right.
Oh, really?
And
Are
why
we
aren't
going to
you
do
coming?
that?
Are you
Are
not
we?
coming to the party
I
because
can't come to your party.
because
I've got
of-
other long-standing prior commitments.
Is it because of the types that are
Oh my
going-
God!
What the hell's that? Oh,
don't,
Jesus
don't,
Christ.
No, don't
That's
take
a
Oh,
guinea
did
pig.
you bring that bloody gerbil thing in again?
It's not a gerbil.
Oh, the guinea
it's a
pig.
guinea pig.
Oh,
They
it's a
scared me with that this morning because I'm so obsessed with the mouse plague. So they brought. I saw it just scurry across my desk. It's only a guinea pig,
Yeah,
but
I
it
know.
looks like a massive
It does.
rat almost.
But the good news is apparently the cold weather takes the mice underground, so they don't.
Underground?
Hopefully,
Well, then we can't see them.
No, but that's no. Well, the experts that provided us, the government said the colder weather helps control the population, but obviously we don't want them coming back in spring.
No,
so,
exactly.
So
We'd
they're all the things that are being dealt with at the moment.
okay.
God, is there anything in you're dealing with a lot of stuff?
Yeah,
You
but
seem
that's-
quite controlled.
Well, that's my job.
Yeah, I know, but still, our job's to come here, and some days you think, no.
Yeah, but you don't have to imagine, you just have to influence all your listeners. You don't have to worry about running things, really, do you? Because you've got all these great young people doing it for you. Look at
Trust
them
me,
all.
if I wasn't here to tell them
make
what
you
to
look
do,
good.
no, they don't get
Jackie
it twisted,
appreciates
man.
them.
I do.
Thank you, Gladys. Thank you.
Don't get it. Shut up. Can we bring back corporal punishment in the workplace?
No. No.
What about corporal punishment for families? You know, you're not allowed to hit kids. and
no,
Chinese
that's
nut.
not-
I don't like physical violence.
Not
but
me
yeah.
either, Gladys.
Yeah.
God, you girls. Do you wonder why countries take over other countries?
No.
Because all these snowflake ideas,
What class? What
don't
year's your
hurt
daughter
anyone's
in now,
feelings.
Jackie? How old is she?
So she's 10.
Sounds like
cute.
my
I know.
conversations, though.
Oh, yeah, no, she's not interested in what you have to say, guys.
Oh, Peter wanted to ask you, are we going to get any more free money from the government?
Yeah,
Well,
I've
the
used my
Dana-
vouchers already, so...
Do you know what? The Dine and Discover vouchers have been a big hit. So until the end of June, if you haven't used them, we might be saying something more about this. You get two $25 vouchers when you go out to eat at a restaurant or somewhere, and two $25 vouchers each to discover something like a movie or an aquarium or a zoo. So we're providing incentives to people to go out and about because it's helping the businesses, but it's also taking pressure off people who might be worried about their job and don't have enough money to do this stuff.
We still want to go out and live life.
It's the best stimulus thing we've done, I think, because it's involving everybody. We're actually stimulating the economy, helping business and giving people opportunity to enjoy things they may not otherwise do.
Oh.
So my mother rang me. She goes, Glad, all my friends are talking about some kind of voucher you're giving everybody.
And your mum wanted the
story?
voucher?
She didn't want it. She just wanted me to explain it to her because all her
right.
friends were talking about it. She's going, Glad, what's this about?
Yeah, so they
explained
probably
it.
expect her to know everything,
They
right?
did.
Yeah.
And that, often when that happens, I explain it to her, then she can go and tell all her friends, and then she feels better about
Right,
it all.
yeah.
So I love even the Premier's got to deal with mums
I
like
know.
the rest of us.
The rest of us.
God
You're no
bless them.
different.
And my dad doesn't ask a lot of questions. My mother does for
Does
my
he?
dad, and then he just,
It gets filtered back to him.
Yeah.
Oh, well, my
Gladys-
mum will be upset because she was hoping to meet you at the boat party.
Oh, my mum.
Oh, well, I'll tell her you couldn't because
We
you...
can have a Mother's Day thing one day.
Oh, we're having an after party at my place. You know what I'm saying? A select few,
Yeah.
because we've got to keep
you
certain
gotta
types
keep going.
only.
Yeah.
You into that?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
see you there.
Okay. Happy birthday, Carl.
No worries. Thank you very much,
Thanks
Premier.
for
Wonderful.
his present. That was
That's
so
okay.
lovely.
My
And she
pleasure.
bought them all. She's not lifted it.
No, I
taxpayer
bought it all.
funded.
I paid for it all myself.
Oh, good
But,
girl.
but your staff, your team out here, who you don't give enough praise to,
They're
gave
all
me
getting paid a lot of money, these idiots.
But they gave me a hint as to what you like, so I attribute
see?
what I got
Oh,
to
hang on.
there.
Let me go through the box then. Maybe there's something in there.
Look under the cellophane at the bottom.
If there's any surprise I don't know about, I claim ignorance.
Oh, what's this? Property of New South Wales Police? Oh, no.
No, we'll let you go,
Confiscate.
Gladys. Thank you
Thank
for
you so
coming
much.
in.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Oh, there's the Premier.